Hey witches, this is xxxx. I'm coming back with this new update video on my previous video, the Oracle of the Red Dragon, Earth's Kundalini Awakening. So in that past video, I was talking about how basically how it's going to affect the world and at the worldly level. And in this video, I want to break down more of the personal effects of this energy that's coming, okay? So, I invite you first of all to do research on Kundalini energy yourself as far as how it affects people on a personal level. But what I'll be sharing in this video is kind of like a breakdown of what Hecate has to say as far as teaching me personally in my gnosis and whatever about it, okay? So, I also had some questions from a friend of mine on Facebook, and kind of what she was asking me ties into this video. So hopefully this video answers her questions as far as what I was already planning to say anyways in this video, but I think I will address her questions at the end directly if I don't actually cover, if it doesn't actually come up when I'm talking about this. But anyways, so at the personal level, your Kundalini is your life force, okay? It is your it's your will in a way. It's your it's about your own survival, and it's about your own survival and your own will, okay? Your own will to live, pretty much, okay? Which it's your survival, but it's also just anything, how you want to live your life, okay? Like how you want to live your life, alright? So it's that as well. Now, I need you to understand, before we start to get more further into this, about what I would want to call the web of life, as far as human life. The human race is it's like one single organism living on the planet, okay? There's not a fixation on the fact that we are individuals and we have our own bodies and we have our own will, okay? All of that's true and it's important, but what's also important and true is that we are all one life form. We are all one living organism as a collective at the same time as we are individual parts and pieces of it, okay? So, I talked about this in one of my past tarot reading videos where I was talking about how trees, as the example I use, because that's just the one, how Hecate taught me this specific gnosis, that's the example that she used. Basically, that when we look at trees, we don't really get so caught up in the different species of tree, or the different types of tree that there are, okay? Like there's oak trees, pine trees, cedar trees, elm trees, willow trees, etc. We do know that there's different ones, different types, but we still just collectively know that they are trees. And we know that the purpose that they serve on the earth, and the earth's biology, and the earth's ecology is one purpose. Even though there's different types, they serve one purpose in nature's plan, okay? So understand that. When it comes to humans, even though there's different races, ethnicities, etc., we are all still one life form at the same time. And nature has created us as a certain type of life form to be on the planet, okay? So understand that. We are all connected in so many levels. And this is kind of like the truth hidden in plain sight, okay? There's a lot of distractions from just understanding this. Now, if you just look to nature, you will understand these lessons. You will have your own gnosis. You will get your own, basically, divine truth that just comes to the surface if you just look to nature, because nature is the untainted divine truth, okay? But anyways, that's beside the point. I just need you to understand that humans as a collective are one living organism, okay? So, now that we have talked about that, now we can really break down what is Kundalini. What is this life force energy that we all have? Or how is it used? How is it shared? What is the details of it as far as breaking it down? So, a relationship. Everything is about relationship. When we are engaged in relationship, there is an exchange of Kundalini, life force energy, okay? No matter what, anytime that you're engaged in relationship, there's an exchange there. So, this does not just apply, because some of y'all might be thinking this, to what we would call psychic vampires, energy vampires, people who take our energy. But in reality, everyone that we are engaged in relationship with, we are giving our energy to. We are giving some of our life force energy to them, okay? Now, there's different levels of this, of course, with people who reciprocate our love, our attention, whatever it is that we're giving, and they reciprocate it back to us. They give us back something of equal measure. Then you have a healthy relationship, okay? You're not getting depleted. You're not depleting them, but instead y'all are both giving. And so whatever you're giving of your own life force, you're not just being depleted of it permanently. You're giving of your life force, but then you're receiving back too. So there's an exchange there. It's equal, and it's balanced, and it's healthy. And that is how it is meant to be, okay? Now, in other relationships that you'll be in, you will notice that you're giving energy, you're giving attention, you're giving love, and it's genuine and real, and you're just giving it. And the other person is not giving the same back to you, okay? In cases like that, you are being depleted of energy because you are giving of yourself, which is the original depletion, and then they're not giving equally back. So there's a deficit of energy that is created in a relationship like that. And those are your psychic vampire relationships, okay? Now, this goes beyond psychic vampirism, though, because some people just are psychic vampires, period, no matter what, in any relationship that they're in. Some people are at different levels of a spectrum of this energy, okay? So for example, I might be, just to use myself as an example, I could be in a relationship with somebody where I'm equally reciprocating with them, okay? And then at the same time, I might be in a relationship with somebody else where I'm not, where they're giving to me and I'm just not giving back to that person for whatever reasons, okay? So that doesn't make me a psychic vampire, but the point of this example is to just get you to understand that exchanges of energy happen in every relationship, and there's different levels of it. And it's not about judging others, okay? It's not about judging someone and just saying, oh, this person doesn't give back to me, so they're just a psychic vampire in general. It's not about that. It's about understanding how does that person contribute to your life in y'all's relationship. And that's it. Okay? Take care of yourself. It's not about judging others. Okay? Now, what happens is that there's a lot of people, let me check my time. There's a lot of people who aren't aware of this knowledge. There's a lot of people who aren't giving us back the same that we give them, okay? Now, another part of this is understanding that how to maintain and keep your own Kundalini life force healthy, okay? And that's a major part of why I wanted to do this video. And also to what my friend was asking about, I think is related to this. So, when you have a person who loves their self, and not in a bad way, in a good way, they love their self, they take care of their self, that person, whether they understand it or not of what they're doing, they're taking care of their life force energy. They are making sure that they do not compromise their will, what they want to do in life, for someone else, okay? So, kind of to get more further into this, everybody knows at an intuitive level what is good for them, okay? Everyone knows what, at the deepest level, everyone knows what is good for their soul, what will get their life to thrive, okay? For a lot of people, because of religions, because of different things like that, people think it's selfish when you take care of yourself. People think that it's satanic, to use religious terms. People think that it is just self-centered, okay? But, you know, in reality, we are all supposed to be taking care of ourselves on this planet, okay? We are supposed to be all taking care of our own life force. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it is supposed to be. Now, that doesn't mean to do that at the expense of others or to, like, tread upon other people to do it. But it does mean you don't need to compromise your will to other people. So, for example, if, and I'm talking about your highest will here, okay? I'm talking about what is for your highest good, what your soul intuitively knows is for your highest good. If you are getting intuition, internal guidance, whatever you want to call it, that's like, you don't need to do this anymore, you don't need to do this type of behavior anymore, it's not good for you, etc. Okay, this is an example. And you have people who are trying to get you to engage in that behavior, okay, or to lower yourself back down again to that from what you have just grown out of, or what your soul's telling you to grow out of. What you're doing is, if you listen to them, you are compromising your own will. And so thus you are compromising your life force at a certain level. And the energy of that life force energy might not be going to that person. They might not be a psychic vampire that they're taking that energy. But what you're doing is you're disobeying your own soul energy, your own soul's growth pattern, your own soul's plan for growth, what it's putting that intuition in you, what is for your highest good, and you are disobeying that. You're not following that guidance. You're stifling your own life force energy, your own growth, okay? So this is not about blaming other people either. This is about accepting responsibility for your own energies, for your own life force energy, for your Kundalini, okay? And I wanted to break down in this video what your Kundalini really is by explaining it like this. Kind of trying to help you understand how to take it out of the realm of the mystical into the practical realm of what it truly means at the practical level. So, people get mad at us, don't they? When we When we don't want to compromise what our soul is telling us to do in order to appease someone else or to engage in the same behavior patterns that they are engaged in at the level of soul growth that they are at, it makes them uncomfortable. They get, it might even be about how you're handling it, okay? So understand that too. You might be handling it wrong. That causes them to take offense. That causes them to feel like you're judging them, okay? So you might want to start looking at how you're handling it. You might want to become more explanatory. Now, there's healthy bounds to all of this, okay? You don't want to be in a situation where you're on eggshells with somebody all the time, constantly having to explain every little thing about your nature, okay? But if you really want to keep that relationship in your life, then, you know, try to be more, still stand your ground, but be more explanatory, okay? I'm sorry, I keep checking the time because I'm on this camera that does a 20-minute time limit. But, so people will get mad at us sometimes. They'll get uncomfortable. They will get, now it also is at an energetic level too. When we're giving in relationships, we are giving that person some of our energy, okay? So, if your soul is suddenly taking you in a new direction, that you're like, you have outgrown that relationship, you've evolved, those people will sense and feel that that energy is not being provided to them anymore. Now, a lot of people don't understand how these energies work. They don't understand how to maintain their own life force, Kundalini, and so a lot of people are dependent on others for that energy, okay? So when you suddenly stop providing it to them and invest your life force more into your own will, into following your own higher guidance, your own intuitions, your own soul's plan for its growth, a lot of people will get upset at you because you're cutting them off when you're doing that. And on some level, even if you're not saying like, oh, I'm not going to be your friend anymore, I'm not going to talk to you anymore at all, just the fact that you're investing that energy now into yourself more means that that's exactly what you're doing. It's not so much of it is not going to other people anymore, but it's going to yourself, okay? And they're going to feel that. And a lot of people get mad at us. They get uncomfortable, and they feel that loss of energy that we are not providing to them anymore, okay? So I just wanted to cover that a little bit in this video because that's something kind of that my friend was asking about on Facebook that is tied into this. So at the practical level, the Oracle of the Red Dragon, the Earth's Kundalini awakening, is very much about us becoming aware of our own life force energies, of our own soul's will, which is your true will for your highest good. And, you know, whatever we make of that is what it's going to be. When you become aware of these energies, you're either going to follow your soul's plan and take care of yourself in that way, spiritually, or you're not. If you stay like these people where they get their energy from others instead of following their own soul, their own will, you're probably going to become aggressive because people are going to start cutting you off and things like that. And you're going to have to be left in a situation where you need to take care of yourself. And if you don't do that, you're going to just be mad at other people that aren't taking care of you anymore or not giving you that energy anymore, okay? So I don't know who's all watching these videos, but, you know, this message applies to everyone, okay? No matter where you are, where you're at in your growth right now. And once again, this isn't about judgment. It's just about education, okay? And awareness. So really it's just about understanding how these energies work, what is the Kundalini energy, how it's tied into relationships, how it's tied into following your own soul's guidance. You might want to call that the voice of your Kundalini, of your life force energy. And like I said, everyone intuitively knows at the deepest levels what is good for their highest good, for their growth, for their survival, for their security and safety. That all of that falls in the spectrum of your Kundalini energy. And so in this world where so many people are being taught to deny their self from religions, etc., it's gonna manifest kind of chaotically, okay? Because you're having people who have been taught their whole life that seeking self-knowledge is evil, or of the devil, whatever you want to call it, selfish, when in reality, it's how it's supposed to be for everyone, taking care of their self, okay? It shouldn't even be like how it is right now. As far as people understanding this or not. It's really crazy how people don't understand this. All of nature teaches us this truth. So it's just crazy to me how far we have come as a society from understanding this like simplistic, basic principle of life. But suffice it to say that basically during this time, with the Earth's Kundalini itself awakening, what does that really mean? Okay, you have to understand on both levels, the microcosm and the macrocosm, as above, so below. Okay, so when we have our own Kundalini awakening, we become aware of our life force and we stop compromising it to the wrong people. We just follow what is for our highest good from within, okay? That's really truly honoring your own life. That's truly loving yourself at the deepest level and in the conscious way, okay? Now, when the Earth's Kundalini awakens, what does that mean? It means the same thing, you guys. It means that the Earth's own Kundalini, its own will to survive, its own will to follow its own will, for its own highest good, is going to stop being compromised to other things, okay? So, I mean, this is a major thing, okay? Understand that the Earth is a living organism. The entire atmosphere, the biosphere of life, is a living thing. Just like how your body is built up from smaller and smaller organisms within it, but it creates your whole body as one being. That is what the Earth is. Everything living on the Earth, life is life is life is life, okay? Everything living on the Earth is part of a bigger life, okay? It's part of a bigger life form. And like I was saying at the beginning of this video, when we understand that human beings are one part of that organism. Human beings as a whole are one living organism collectively, but we are also one part of the entire living organism that is the earth, okay? So understand that too. We have a role to play in the life of the earth. Did you know that? Just like trees, how their role to play in the organism of the earth is transmuting air. Okay? Because they breathe in carbon dioxide, which we exhale, and all other animate living objects, living people, living things. We exhale carbon dioxide, we breathe in oxygen. Trees do the opposite. They breathe in carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen, okay? That is their role. That is what that organism lives on this earth for, in this biosphere of the earth. Humans have a role to play as well, okay? Understand that. Even if you look at the Christian Bible, it says that we were put here to kind of be the consciousness of the planet. We were put here to monitor and take care of the entire planet. So I'm not Christian, but I just wanted to put that in here because I don't know, sometimes Christian people come on my channel and they judge it because I'm a witch. But this knowledge goes beyond all religions. Every religion was formed from somebody realizing this knowledge, sharing it, and over time they built up a religion around it. Okay? But it's like superstition built around truth. Okay? That's what all religions really are. They're superstitions built around truth. Now, you just need to understand that. And understand about the Earth's Kundalini awakening, how profound that is that means that the Earth is not going to tolerate abuse anymore. Just like when your Kundalini awakens within yourself, you stop tolerating abuse, you start following what's for your highest good, regardless of other people. The Earth is going to do that. Okay? That is very profound. It's dangerous. It is dangerous for the people who do not honor the earth and who do not respect it. Just like how when your Kundalini awakens, you're going to cut off those who do not reciprocate your love, your attention. The earth, as a living being, is going to do that. Okay? Understand that, you guys. This is real. And it is coming soon that the Earth's Kundalini awakens. Very soon. I've been having more prophetic dreams, more oracle visions of an earthquake happening. Like a giant earthquake. And it's not as bad as the original first dream I had of the Oracle of the Red Dragon, where the entire earth splits in half, but it is dramatic, the earthquake that is coming, okay? And it's not going to be the entire earth cracking in half, but it is going to be massive, okay? And that's going to be the triggering of the Earth's Kundalini awakening, and we will see the Earth take on a different attitude towards us. I'll say it like that. The Earth is alive. It has a consciousness. As a matter of fact, we are part of the consciousness of the Earth. So that's why this video. As the Earth's Kundalini awakens, our Kundalini awakens, as our relationships change because of that, as a consequence, the Earth's relationship with certain different people's changes. Okay? So, y'all just think about this. Let it trigger your own thoughts. Let it trigger your own questions. Go seek your own answers. Go seek your own gnosis. But I just wanted to share this. It's extremely important. It is real. It is going to be happening. It's already kind of stirring right now. But it's about to take off on a whole new level, okay? From what anyone living today has ever seen, or several generations back has ever seen, okay? So I just want you all to be ready for this when it happens. I want you all to understand what is happening, okay? Also to know that when a person's Kundalini awakens, it is a dramatic experience, depending on how aware or not you are of the process of what's happening to you. It causes different reactions in different people. Once again, depending on how aware you are of what this process is that's happening. Okay, so just apply that at the larger scale of the Earth itself. When its Kundalini awakens, there's going to be different areas and different things like that have different effects, okay? Depending on the relationship the Earth has with the peoples living in that area, okay? So that's one thing that I wanted to point out in this video as well. We are part of the Earth's consciousness. So whatever we, as a collective organism, build our relationship with the Earth, you know, it's one or two things. It's going to be either that we're reciprocating love and respect to the Earth, or we're not. And it's not just about your individual self. It's about your entire group, okay? So, I mean, there are some places that are going to be destroyed during this time, okay? And it's just how it is. It's not about judgment. It's about the Earth's own, I guess it kind of is about judgment, but it's not about personal judgment. It's about an energetic judgment, okay? That's what it really is. So help you understand that. Just like whenever you're dealing with other people, you're not judging them as a person and saying, oh, they're always evil, they're always a psychic vampire in every instance. No, you're just saying this person's energy, they're not reciprocating what I'm giving to them. So I'm going to take my energy elsewhere, okay? And in the most dramatic cases, you may lash out at that person because they may be doing it intentionally, okay? So just understand that. I wanted to share all of this in this video, and just say that I will probably be organizing in my Facebook groups some group rituals and some group spells that we can do to kind of try and, you know, honor the Earth as a living being more as a group, okay? Because we can do that in our daily practice individually every day, and I do. But, and some of you might as well, but when we're talking about these energy shifts coming up, it really needs to be at a collective mass level, okay? So hopefully you'll want to participate in that. You can join my Facebook Coven, Empowerment for Witches, if you want to be part of that. And I hope that this answers your questions. said I wasn't going to say her name, so I won't. But I hope that this answers the questions of the person who asked me questions on Facebook about some of these things that are tied into this. Also, too, I want to let y'all know I am doing a sale for spell work and tarot readings this week only. Spell work will be $33 only, and usually it's like way more than that. And tarot readings will be for $15 only, and they're usually $30. So if you want to get my services with anything, if you need help with something, some energy shifts in your life, or some guidance, I am available for that, and I am having a sale this week. So just to throw that in here. But anyways, I hope that you all take this information and this knowledge, and I hope that you apply it. I hope that you look more further into it, and I hope that you all have build yourself a strong connection with the earth, okay? And just try to be loving, all right? And try to be compassionate with the people that you need to cut off in your life, and understand it from a higher level, okay? Hail to the witches, hail Hecate, and blessed be.